Why it feels like you're surrounded by idiots. In the complex web of human interactions, there are moments when it seems like the world is populated by individuals who lack common sense, critical thinking, or basic intelligence. The frustration of feeling surrounded by idiots is a sentiment many of us have experienced at some point in our lives. But is it a reflection of the people around us, or is there something deeper at play? In this exploration, we'll delve into the psychological, social, and cognitive factors that contribute to the perception that one is surrounded by incompetence. Number 1. The illusion of superiority. One of the primary reasons why it feels like you're surrounded by idiots can be traced back to a psychological phenomenon known as the Dunning-Kruger effect. This cognitive bias describes a situation where individuals with low ability at a task overestimate their ability. Conversely, those with high ability may underestimate their competence. When we find ourselves frustrated by the perceived incompetence of others, it may be a reflection of our own cognitive biases. The illusion of superiority can skew our judgment, leading us to believe that we are more intelligent or capable than those around us. Understanding the Dunning-Kruger effect is the first step in unraveling the complexities of why we feel surrounded by incompetence. Number 2. Cognitive dissonance and confirmation bias. Cognitive dissonance and confirmation bias are powerful psychological forces that shape our perceptions and interactions. Cognitive dissonance arises when there is a conflict between our beliefs and reality, leading us to either change our beliefs or distort our perception of reality. Confirmation bias, on the other hand, is the tendency to seek out information that confirms our pre-existing beliefs. When we encounter individuals whose views or actions contradict our own, cognitive dissonance can intensify the perception that those individuals are somehow deficient or idiots. Confirmation bias further solidifies this viewpoint by filtering out information that contradicts our belief in their incompetence. Acknowledging these biases can open the door to more objective assessments of the people around us. Number 3. Communication breakdowns. Effective communication is the bedrock of any healthy relationship, be it personal or professional. However, miscommunication is a common source of frustration and can contribute to the feeling that one is surrounded by incompetence. Various factors can contribute to communication breakdowns, including differences in communication styles, cultural misunderstandings, and personal biases. By recognizing and addressing these barriers, we can foster clearer communication and bridge the gap between perceived incompetence and actual understanding. Number 4. Social dynamics and groupthink. Human beings are social creatures, and we often find ourselves embedded in various social groups. While group dynamics can be enriching, they can also lead to the phenomenon of groupthink. This occurs when the desire for harmony or conformity within a group results in an irrational or dysfunctional decision-making outcome. In situations where groupthink prevails, individuals may suppress dissenting opinions, leading to a homogenized perspective that may not be the most informed or intelligent. Recognizing the impact of group dynamics on decision-making can help us navigate situations where the perception of incompetence may be rooted in the collective rather than individual shortcomings. Number 5. Emotional intelligence and empathy. Emotional intelligence, encompassing self-awareness, self-regulation, social awareness, and relationship management, plays a crucial role in our ability to navigate social interactions. When we feel surrounded by idiots, it's worth examining our own emotional intelligence and empathy levels. Empathy allows us to understand and share the feelings of others, fostering a more compassionate and nuanced view of their actions and decisions. By developing emotional intelligence, we can cultivate a deeper understanding of the people around us, reducing the likelihood of dismissing them as idiots. Number 6. The impact of stress and burnout. Stress and burnout can significantly affect our perceptions and interactions with others. When we are overwhelmed by external pressures, our tolerance for perceived incompetence may decrease, leading to heightened frustration and a distorted view of those around us. Understanding the role of stress and burnout in shaping our perceptions is essential for fostering a healthier and more empathetic mindset. Implementing effective stress management strategies can contribute to a more balanced perspective on the competence of those in our social and professional circles. Number 7. Education and critical thinking. A lack of education or critical thinking skills can contribute to the perception of incompetence. However, it's crucial to approach this aspect with sensitivity and recognize the diverse backgrounds and experiences that shape individuals. Investing in education and promoting critical thinking at both individual and societal levels can contribute to a more informed and capable population. By fostering a culture that values intellectual curiosity and lifelong learning, we can collectively work towards minimizing the instances where incompetence is merely a perception. Number 8. Cultivating a growth mindset. The concept of a growth mindset, popularized by psychologist Carol Dweck, emphasizes the belief that intelligence and abilities can be developed through dedication and hard work. In contrast, a fixed mindset assumes that intelligence is static, leading to a reluctance to embrace challenges. Cultivating a growth mindset, both in ourselves and others, can shift the narrative from seeing incompetence as a fixed trait to recognizing it as an opportunity for growth and development. By encouraging a culture that values effort and resilience, we contribute to a more positive and constructive social environment. Number 9. Navigating workplace dynamics. Workplaces can be hotbeds for the perception of incompetence, particularly when hierarchy, power dynamics, and office politics come into play. Understanding the intricacies of workplace dynamics, acknowledging the impact of organizational culture, and promoting transparent communication can help mitigate the frustration associated with feeling surrounded by incompetence in professional settings. In the intricate tapestry of human relationships, the feeling of being surrounded by idiots is a complex and multifaceted phenomenon. By delving into the realms of psychology, communication, social dynamics, and personal development, we can begin to unravel the threads that contribute to this perception. Cultivating self-awareness, empathy, and a growth mindset while addressing cognitive biases and communication breakdowns paves the way for a more nuanced and compassionate perspective on the competence of those around us. Ultimately, navigating the maze of human interactions requires a willingness to question our own assumptions, foster understanding, and embrace the diversity of experiences that shape the people in our lives. As we strive for greater self-awareness and empathy, the shadows of incompetence may begin to dissipate, revealing a clearer and more compassionate view of the world around us.